Directions. Read this article, then answer questions 36 through 42. Excerpt from High Volume. Hearing loss is on the rise. Listening to MP3 players at high volumes can damage young ears. Yahira likes listening to rap and hip-hop music on her MP3 player, and she likes it loud. It doesn't have the same effect when it's quiet, says the 14-year-old student from New Rochelle, New York. Yahira and other teens should pay attention to a recent study that shows that hearing loss has been rising among U.S. teens. Researchers at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts, found an increase in 30% in hearing loss since the early 1990s. About 1 in 5 teenagers now have some degree of hearing damage. The researchers did not say why hearing loss has risen, but other experts have strong suspicions. One likely culprit, they say, is MP3 players. These are very powerful instruments, says Tommy Robinson Jr., a professor of pediatrics at George Washington University. Damaged hairs. An MP3 player can be hazardous to hearing when its decibel level is turned up too high. A decibel is a unit that indicates how loud a sound is. High decibel sounds can damage tiny, delicate nerve endings called hair cells in the inner ear, according to Robert Novak, a professor of speech, language, and hearing science at Purdue University. If a sound is loud enough, the damage can be permanent. A loud sound can shake the membrane on which their hair cells sit, like an earthquake, he says. That vibration can break or even uproot hair cells. When that happens, the hair cells are finished, he adds. Human ears cannot regrow hair cells. Turn it down. What is a safe volume level on your personal stereo? Novak suggests setting it to a comfortable volume in a quiet room. From then on, don't turn the volume above that level no matter where you are. You should be able to hear someone talking to you at a normal conversational level from a distance of 3 feet, says Novak. If others can hear your music, the volume is too high. Yahira admits that sometimes after listening to loud music, her ears make a ringing sound. That could be a sign that her habit of listening to loud music is damaging her hearing. She plans to start playing her music quieter. Hearing is the one sense that enables humans to most easily use language and develop speech and build relationships, says Novak. So we need to protect that very special sense. The loudness war. The loudness of today's music may not be totally under your control. Music companies have been deliberately turning up the volume. It's a trend called the loudness war. Play a CD from the 1980s or 90s, then play a newly released tune. Don't touch the volume control. You'll probably notice that the new CD sounds louder than the old one. Why? Sound engineers who create CDs are using dynamic range compression, a technology that makes the quiet parts of a song louder and the loud parts quieter. The overall effect of compression is a louder recording. Many musicians and sound engineers aren't pleased. They say that compression is driving down the quality of today's music, making it sound flat and blaring. Gary Hobish, a sound engineer, explains that music should be a combination of loudness and softness. This is one of the things that gives our music dimension, he says. But music companies want to make music louder so it will stand out. That's important in the competition among recording companies. What about listeners? Many people listen to music on the go in noisy places and through headphones, all of which reduce sound quality. So young listeners may not notice the poorer quality of modern recordings. To their ears, says Hobish, the music sounds fine because they've never compared it to anything else. Sound waves, outer ear, oscillus, cochlea, auditory nerve, eardrum, auditory canal. How an ear hears. Sound waves travel down the outer ear's auditory canal and strike the tympanic membrane, or eardrum, causing it to vibrate. The vibrations are transmitted through the middle ear by 3 ossicles, tiny bones. The third ossicle sends waves through a fluid inside the cochlea, an organ in the inner ear. The cochlea contains about 15,000 hair cells which respond to the waves. The hair cells relay signals by way of the auditory nerve to the brain, which interprets the signals as sounds. No sound is heard until a signal reaches the brain. Number 36. What does the simile "like an earthquake" in paragraph 5 help the reader understand? A. That volume can strongly affect parts of the ear. B. That hair cells are easily damaged. C, how our body is unable to regrow hair cells. D, how much damage the ear can take. Number 37. How do paragraphs 4 and 5 connect to paragraph 6? A, paragraphs 4 and 5 explain how hearing loss can occur, and paragraph 6 explains how to prevent it. B, paragraphs 4 and 5 show what damage can occur, and paragraph 6 shows how it affects people. C, paragraphs 4 and 5 describe how the ear can be damaged, and paragraph 6 describes how people react to the damage. D, paragraphs 4 and 5 explain why ears get damaged, and paragraph 6 explains why protecting hearing is important. Number 38. Which evidence best supports a claim made by the author in paragraph 4? A, if others can hear your music, the volume is too high. Paragraph 6. B, Yahara admits that sometimes after listening to loud music, her ears make a ringing sound. Paragraph 7. C, so we need to protect that very special sense. Paragraph 8. D, music companies have been deliberately turning up the volume. Paragraph 9. 39. According to paragraphs 9 through 12, how is the music business today different from the music business in the 1980s or 1990s? A, today's music companies control the volume of music more than in the past. B, today's music companies compete against each other more than in the past. C, today's listeners of music like their music louder than they did in the past. D, today's sound engineers make music sound clearer than it did in the past. Number 40. Which paragraph best explains how loud noises can damage our hearing? A, paragraph 1. B, paragraph 5. C, paragraph 7. D, paragraph 13. Number 41. Which information explained in paragraph 13 does the drawing help the reader understand? A, the shape of the parts of the ear. B, the position of the parts of the ear. C, the order in which sound waves strike the parts of the ear. D, the size of sound waves when moving through the parts of the ear. Number 42. Which idea is most important to include in a summary of the article? A, music is not as powerful when played at quiet volumes. B, powerful instruments cause most hearing loss. C, choosing to play music quietly can protect hearing. D, music companies determine safe volume levels.